Welcome back, everyone. I don't know how I'm going to do this because I need to stop that. Obviously, these are 3D printed, homemade, and put together by my good self. So if you just bear with me 1 second, I need to figure something out. So in this video, I'm just going to show you how I got to that, basically that wagon there. You know, I've only weathered one side because I've got no varnish. I've used all the other one up, but I'll get to how I came to get to that point. A few more bits there to show you, and we'll finish off because I got something from Model Barn Dippy. It's 50% off, but I'll come on to that in a sec. Right, how did I get to that point? Well, basically I 3D printed the setout, which is 2 bogies, obviously chassis, body, and a couple of buffers. I will say on the buffer side, those holes there, they're a little bit too snug, so probably need to get a little drill just to go, just widening, just not even a millimeter, just a tiny touch, just so you can get them buffers in, because they are really hard to get in. And obviously when you're putting in your coupling in, you gotta be careful with it. I haven't had any snap, but certainly the bar has bent on 1 or 2. I've just bent them back in places because it's not really a problem, but they are a bit on the thin side, them bars, so you do have to be mindful of that. There is a reason why I am showing how to do this, but I can't say anything because I'm being a bit mysterious. One other person does know why I'm showing it, but yeah. And I basically painted it blue. I bought some terranium sand from Pets at Home. The bag was split anyway, so I got it really cheap. I think it was like £2 for a massive bag, and just PVA water mix. Because the wagons are a bit on the light side. Another guy selling these 3D printed on eBay, 13 quid. 13 quid. It's like, okay, mate. That's the one you've got to assemble yourself, his ready assembled ones are like $19.99, and I actually think mine look better. So once I painted it, I haven't got any varnish, so I've just done one side because the powder gets everywhere. And just give it a good old weathering. Like I said, I haven't bothered with tar weights or anything like that. You can get stuff from Fox Transfers or whatever, but when it's moving, you're not going to see it. The most I'm going to put on there is a PKP, and again, just weather it out. But yeah, it looks pretty neat, eh? Pretty neat indeed. So a rake of them running around, and it cost me, with the wheels, the couplings, the sand, the paint, the plastic, the electricity, it didn't even cost me a fiver, for one of these wagons. Can print them all day long, and I much prefer that than buying, I don't know, a Roco or a Pico or whatever, because I've made it myself. So yeah, and I've made it my own. So like I said, I'll put a PKP on there and jobs are good. But you will have to drill out them holes just slightly, just so the buffers fit in, and obviously be a bit mindful when you're putting your couplings in. But they slip in rather nice, not a problem. I am trying to get through as quick as possible because my nose is running like crazy, got a bit of a man flu and all that. And as I've said many times, I'm not monetised or anything like that, so I literally just get through it as quick as possible. Right, Hocus Pocus vodka, distilled by fairies. That's not any detriment to anybody, So I just want to kind of iterate that, and that includes fairies. I'm not being detrimental to them either. just obviously because of the hocus pocus, you know, being magic and stuff. My missus, who is Polish, you know, added the distilled by fairies. I think it looks rather neat on a new Cree cut machine. I'll put in a couple of the roof doodahs, you know, just to just start it going, because obviously I've got the distilling tanks inside, and I'm thinking about putting a conveyor belt. I was actually thinking about motorising it, but I'm not just sure. Obviously got the clear plastic for the windows. It looks pretty neat. Yeah, give it a paint and everything else. So all I've got to do is, yeah, do the conveyor belt and excuse me, clicking the wheelchair, the conveyor belt, and then obviously finish off the roof. And obviously we've got our big, large tanks there. I've got two more of those because there's basically two together, and then I've got another two which I can put together. So staying on with the harbour theme, we got our lighthouse, which again made my own. Got, like I said, to do some weathering, but I've run out of varnish at the moment, so not gonna do anything in the weathering side of things. And we thought it'd be quite funny to have a shark there, maybe put it by Plastic Man's boat. So yeah, we made a start anyway with some painting, and like I said, long ways to go. And yeah, and obviously we've got our two Jennies here. Again, made a start painting, but it's yeah, just not enough hours in the day at the moment. There's another part of the tank, and as I said before in the video ago, Malva, which is forget the name of the flower now, holly something or other. I know you're all going to be shouting, going, holly did something. I can't remember. Brain's just frazzled today because I feels like I'm underwater, you know. So yeah, lots of stuff printed out. That ship, I've had to redo it, much to my annoyance, because I lost, you know, I got halfway through and I lost half of the before I could print the rest out. So I've had to redo it, much to my annoyance. And it's not so much even the cost of the plastic, because that's, you know, fairly cheap in retrospect, but it's the bloody time it takes. And Lord Al will back me up. There's like one section was like 30 hours. And it's just literally wasted 30 hours on one section. I probably spent 70 hours so far printing on that ship, but I've started it again, and yeah, we're gonna get there this time. I've also got some hopefully you can see them, some 3D printed some containers. They'll come in handy for the future. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to waffle on or anything. I'm going to get this other thing out of the box, and I'm going to get it straight on track. So just stay there. So just had a workout. Right, there's a 21 pin decoder that goes in there, which I haven't got in. You can see the red lights just at the front there. So it does have all the interior lights, and obviously the tail lights. Just gonna let it go. It's a full car double decker set. You can see obviously red lights outside. Like the colour. The colour's nice. So yeah, just gonna let it just come past. Give you a look at the finer details. Ah yeah, finer details, that's what we love. Finer details cost lots of money. But this was €280. I kind of looked at it and went, meh, not this time. I put it on my wish list, and Model Barn Lippy sent me basically a 50% off, and obviously that's €140, and obviously being under the tax bracket was even cheaper. So just literally just a little bit over €100. So I'm like, yeah, I'll have some of that. And I had £10 in my MSL, which basically paid for the postage. So for €100, not complaining at all. It looks a bit fragile, handling it, touching it, feeling it. It does really have a fragile feel to it. So yeah, I'm not complaining really for €100. It is nicely detailed from River Rossi. You know, as I've always said, you're not going to see, I've got it dead slow. You're not going to take any notice of that stuff at the bottom. But I do like the colour of it. These did run on the PKP. I've got obviously chic models still, which are 70 years old, and I actually prefer them to this. These are super lightweight, super lightweight. I said no complaints really. It was a bit of a pain to put together, to get the clips in, but like I said, €100. I couldn't really say no. It was in my wish list. I wouldn't have paid €280. Yeah, I was a bit rich for this train light. So as I said, you have to excuse the bung nut of me and all the rest of it, but a little bit of man flu. Just gonna let it go past one more time, a little bit on the slow side. I said, these, I know it's got DR on there, but they run in, obviously, in communist era Poland as well. Not really much I can say about it. It's just really got a flimsy feel to it. But it's a coach set at the end of the day, so can't complain. So I think I am going to leave it there. Like I said, I really didn't want to be this too long a video. I'm just not really feeling too good. So I'm just going to let it go, say my goodbyes to you all. Yeah, like I said, I like the colour scheme. Colour scheme's very nice. And it will fit in with everything else that I'm doing, so it's all good. And I'll update you on the big ship, probably via community post, probably. So that is it, really. Just, I think I've shown you everything I wanted to. There's nothing else to say, so I'm just going to literally sign off. So sayonara, as they say in, is it Japan? And I'll see you next time. Look after yourselves. Bye now.